Welcome to the game between Nihal Sarin and Artemiev Vladislav in the World Blitz Championship. Nihal plays with the white pieces here, and he starts off with the knight here. So both the players go for the knight opening, and c4 is pushed. e6, quite a slow opening compared to other Blitz game. Pawn push to g3, and d5 is pushed. Bishop re-ensured, and bishop to e7 by black now, making this the English opening neo-Catalan decline variation, and both the players castles on the king side here. Pawn push and c6 by black in response now. Nihal brings his knight to d2 and pawn push looking to re-ensure the bishop, and the bishop is re-ensured, and Nihal does the same. A rook comes to c1 now. So after 10 moves, the position is equal, and Nihal pushes the pawn to e3 now. So keeping up the pressure, not going for the exchange, q into e2. He goes for the capture here. Nihal recaptures with the knight. And the pawn push b5 hits the knight, breaking the pawn chain of black. Knight goes into the center of the board to e5, and if exchange, the knight on f3 will be on e5. So c into d4 capture is made, and here Nihal is better. Was not expecting that move. The best move was to push the pawn to c4. He captures the knight first. So knight recaptures on d7, allowing Nihal to recapture the pawn on d4. So the bishops are exchanged. King captures back here, and Nihal is slightly better in this position. Now the rooks are exchanged off. Nihal recaptures with his rook, giving him a little bit control of the c file. So pawn push to a6 protects the pawn on b5. also forms the pawn chain on the queen side of the board. Knight retrieves, goes ahead and attacks the queen. Queen goes in and supports the knight. Bishops are exchanged off. Knight recaptures. Knight goes in, plays the check. King moves away. Queens are exchanged. King comes up to board. G5 is pushed. The position is equal now. Rook to a7. Rook entering the 7th rank, attacking the knight. Goes to c8. Rook comes in. Rook counterattacks the pawn on a6. Pawn recaptures and knight goes back. Knight comes back into the game with the support of the rook. Best move was to bring the rook here. Knight captures the pawn. Rook places the check. King goes up. Again check. King goes back in, supporting the pawn. Knight places the check again. And come down. So king down. And pawn is grabbed back. And the pawn push hits the knight here. So king moves here, looking for this knight exchange. Wins the pawn. Knight moves now. Goes up to the pawn, wins the pawn. Now Nihal got two pawns actually. Artemiev resigned and Nihal Sarin won the match. There is no way he could stop this pawn here. So resignation was its victory for Nihal. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more such videos.